Welcome to the Overcoming Shame series. This is volume 2, number 16, Shame Board. I'm Greg Bancroft. I use the language and metaphors of baseball to help lift the burden of toxic shame that so many people carry with them today. This episode is called Shame Board, and I'm glad you're here with me. When I do a seminar or a workshop, I often ask people to help me make a shame board. By that I mean lists. So I have them tell me what it means for them to be a man or a woman today, and how was that formed by their growing up when they heard what it meant to be a boy or what it meant to be a girl. And so they give me words so quickly, it's hard to write them down sometimes, but I'll hear on a boy list, for example, you have to be tough, you have to be strong, you have to be athletic, you have to be able to provide for your family, protect your family, that sort of thing. And then the girl list is you have to be feminine, pretty, nurturing, peacemaking, that sort of thing. And so these artificial descriptions become a tripwire of shame later on in life. If those words indicate what good looks like, then when we fall short of that ideal, we automatically trip the wire of shame. We don't measure up. We're not good enough. We can't please other people. Consciously or unconsciously, we may have had adults in our lives who reinforce those lists, never tiring of pointing out our limitations and our failures. We began to internalize those shortcomings and started believing the illusion that we were not good enough. If we were unfortunate enough to belong to a religious sect that hammered away at the shortcomings of human beings rather than look at original blessing, we could still struggle as an adult with an ontological sense of dis-ease, an abiding sense that we, along with the rest of the world, are so wretched that all we can do is hope someday to leave here for a much better place. I've worked with many men through the years who have expressed through words and actions a profound sense of depression. They see themselves as bad or not much of a man because they can no longer support their family. Often through no fault of their own, jobs went away. They often lack skills for anything new, nor are they able to move to where some new job may be. It's no wonder so many of them are angry. Likewise, many women feel a sense of anger, perhaps even rage, about having to be both man and wife. They've got to be mom and dad. They have to carry on with the financial burdens as well as taking care of the family. Both men and women are therefore expressing shame for not being, as an adult, what they've been taught as kids. This is what it means to be a boy or a girl. This is what it means to be a man or a woman, and they don't live up to that. They don't measure up to the lists that we just talked about, and so they have tripped themselves into shame. We probably cannot erase the shame boards lurking in our past, but we can practice Little League affirmation. Remember, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. We can use positive words when talking to spouses, relatives, co-workers, friends, family members. We can look for positive, uplifting ways to say thank you to servers, maintenance personnel, delivery people, and so on. Even if we can't think of just the right thing to say, we can always say, "Attaboy, attagirl, you got this, nice job." Don't let people shirk their responsibilities and say, "Oh, well, we didn't need that report." Hold them accountable, that's okay. But remind them that the report is due. We need it by such and such a time. We look forward to reading it. Can't wait till we see it, anticipate it. So hold them accountable. But we don't have to shame them into feeling less than or unworthy just because they may have missed the deadline. We may not have set it up clearly enough to begin with. They may not have known exactly what was expected of them. So we can work that out. But shame is so powerful, and we've talked about this before, about what it can do in people's lives, how it can affect relationships and even literally kill people. So these shame boards are very important to understand the messages we received as children growing up and how they affect us as adults. And it's important to overcome those artificial messages. Girls can be tough and strong. I mean, if you met my grandmother, she was 4 feet 11 inches tall, 97 pounds if she was wearing a hat, and she was tough as nails. Likewise, I've seen really big, strong, burly men who are very nurturing, very caring individuals, and great fathers, great husbands. So these artificial lists can trip us up later on in life, and I would suggest doing away with them. I would also suggest going to a ball game and reminding ourselves of what Little League affirmation looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. What is it? Imagine sitting there for a couple of hours and just having this affirmation raining down on us. Attaboy, attagirl, you got this, good eye, good hit, good hustle. Boy, at the end of that, you automatically feel better. You can't not feel better after all of that. So winning teams still practice Little League affirmation every game, even this late in the season, and even at the major league level. We don't have to keep reading that old shame board. We can erase it, we can get rid of it, we can do away with it. We don't need a board at all other than attaboy, attagirl, you got this.